guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking. This is Joanna here. So in today's video, we're going to be making this beautiful little girl's dress. It's for a 2-year-old. So if this is something you're interested in, please stay tuned and don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and then like this video. So I have 1 yard of crepe fabric. I also have cutter for the flower in front, a measuring tape, a pair of scissors, a piece of chalk, and then a zipper. So let's cut the down part of the dress. So the full length of the dress is 22. We'll subtract shoulder to waist, which is 8 inches from it. So that will give us 14 inches for the down part. Now the 14 inches for the down part, I'm going to add half inch to make it 14 and a half, so that we use a half inch to join the waistline. So this lining will be used to join the dress like so, okay, to create the balloon. So the balloon part of the dress is what you are making. All right, so this is 14 and a half, like this. So we are determining where the lining will end. So it's end at where the 12 inches is. So we need a length of 12 inches for the lining. So as you can see, this is unfold. This is about 3 times, the fabric is about 3 times the waist circumference. It's about 3 or 4 times, depending on how voluminous you want the down part or the balloon to be. Okay. So this is it. As I said, it's unfold and it's almost 3 or 4 times the waist circumference. Okay, so that is it. Now this is the lining, and as I said earlier, make sure the lining also has the same width just as that of the crepe. Then the length, as we said earlier, it should be 12 inches. 12 inches long. That is how we are going to join to the crepe fabric. So on the right side of the crepe fabric, I'll place the lining on it like this. On the right side of the crepe fabric, I'll place the lining on it like this. And I'm going to join it with half of an inch seam allowance all the way to the other end. Okay, I'll take the sewing machine and then join it with half of an inch seam allowance. Let's do that and come back. Alright guys, so this is how it turned out after joining the lining to the crepe fabric. So this is it. If you pull the lining up like this and you measure, you have to get the 14.5 inches that we discussed. So I'll pull the lining up and then join the both sides of the crepe and the lining together with half of an inch seam allowance like this, both sides. Okay, so let's do that and come back. So that's it. We join both sides as I said. Then we are going to turn this to the right side of the fabric. Now after turning this to the right side of the fabric, you can choose to first of all run stitches to join the lining and the fabric together, or you can choose to just pleat it or gather it straight on your sewing machine. So I'm going to go ahead and then pleat this on my sewing machine. So this is it. I'll give this more pleats as you can see me doing. I'll be folding it and then pleating it as well while sewing. All right, so this is how I'm going to be creating the balloon skirt for the dress. All right, so this is how I'm doing it. You can choose to gather it actually, if that is okay with you. All right, so as you are as you are gathering or you are pleating it, make sure you be measuring to um be sure that your waist circumference plus the zipper allowance inclusive are in line with the folding or the pleating that you are doing. All right, so let's continue with the pleating. So as I said earlier, be measuring it to make sure that the waist circumference plus the zipper allowance inclusive are exactly as your pleats, else you find yourself wanting. All right, so this is it. This is how it came out. This is how it came out. All right. So that's basically it for the down part. So let's get to the top part of the dress. So I already have two pieces unfold on the table like this, which is the front piece and then the back piece under it. Okay, so that's it. Now this is off shoulder, so I'm going to subtract 3 inches from the off shoulder. I'm subtracting 3 inches from the off shoulder like this. Okay. So I'll take my measuring tape, apply this, subtracting 3 inches, then I'll go down to the chest circumference, which is 5.5, like this. I'll mark the chest circumference with 5.5. Then I'll go down to the waist circumference, which is 8 inches plus 1 inch for seam allowance. So that makes it 9 inches. So that's what I'm marking now. Now, mind you, the bar circumference and the waist circumference are the same. So I just mark that straight. So that is the zipper allowance that I just marked out. All right. Okay, so that's basically it for now. So I'm turning this to make it more clear. All right, so as I said, I subtracted 3 inches for the neck. For the neck weight, I'm going to go in 3 inches like this. Then I'm going to give it a curve. I'll go down half inch like this for both the back and the front pieces, and then give it a curve as you can see me doing. All right. Okay, so that's this. Then I'm going to curve out the armhole like this. Curve out the armhole like this. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Now, after doing this, I'm just going to cut out the neckline and then the armhole, as you can see me doing. Now I trimmed off the down parts um of the dress. Okay, so that is it. All right, so I have lining for both pieces. This is the front piece. I'm going to apply stiffener or an interface to the necklines, as you can see me. As you can see that I've already done that. So on the right side of the crepe fabric, I'm going to place the right side of the lining on it like this. And then I'm going to join from the armhole like this to the neckline and to the armhole with half of an inch seam allowance, like so. I'm first of all pinning it before I do that. Before you join this, you can actually add your straps to the shoulders, I mean the straps to the dress before you join the armhole and then the necklines together, or better still, you can just wait after that, then you add the straps. Okay, so this is the back piece. I'm first of all going to split it into two, both the lining and then the crepe fabric. I'm going to split the zipper side, as you can see me doing. Now after splitting it into two, I'm going to place both linings on corresponding crepe fabric like so. I'm going to join the armhole to the neckline and then to the zipper allowance side with half of an inch seam allowance. So I'll go ahead and pin it before I take it to the same machine to do that. So as I said earlier, I'm going to join this with half of an inch from the armhole to the neckline and down to the zippers area for both sides of the back pieces. All right. So same for the front piece as well, from the armhole to the neckline to the other side of the armhole. So that is done. I'll go ahead and then notch it all round, notch the neckline and then the armhole. All right. Okay. So I'll go ahead and then turn it to the right side after notching all of them. Okay. Okay. I go ahead and give it a press after turning it to the right side of the fabric. Okay, guys. So this is how it turned out after um pressing it down. So that's the back piece and this is the front piece. Okay. So like this, I'm going to redraw the back zipper allowance. Okay, so I'll go ahead and pin this down. Pin the back or the zipper allowance. I'm going to pin it down. I'm sorry about my little princess disturbance. Okay. All right. So that is it. I pinned down the zipper allowance. So this is how it came out. So I'm going to place both the front and the back pieces on each other like this with the right side facing each other, with the right side of the fabrics facing each other like this. And I'm going to mark out the allowances to join the sides together. All right. So remember the bust and the waist circumference are the same as I said earlier. That is 20 inches. Divided by 2 gives us 10 inches. So I placed my hand on the 10, then I counted the remainder. I had 5 inches. So divide that 5 by 2. I have 2.5. So that's what I'm marking on both sides of the top part of the dress like this. Now go ahead and then straighten it up like this. Now go ahead and straighten it up like this. All right. So remeasure it to make sure it is 10. So as you confirmed it, just go ahead and pin down the side to take it to the sewing machine to join the sides. I hope this is simple to you guys so far. So I'll take it to the sewing machine and then join the sides. That is done. I'm going to turn it to the right side. Before that, I went ahead to trim off um, some of the excess of the allowance. All right. So this is how it came out after turning it to the right side of the garment. So you're going to be joining this to the balloon part of the dress, which is the down part. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to take out the zipper allowance pins like this, and then join the yoke to the down part of the dress. So like this, with the right side of the top facing the right side of the skirt, I'm going to join this with half of an inch seam allowance by folding down the seam allowance when you reach there. So this is how it turned out. This is it so far. So good. All right. Now, depending on the length of the zipper you are using, I'm going to mark out where the length of the zipper ends. Then I'm going to join the remaining parts of the down part of the dress. Okay. All right. So let's bring the zipper. The zipper is about 8 inches long. It's about 8 inches long. So I'm going to mark about 7 or 6.5 for the zipper. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to place the zipper on the dress like this, like this. Yeah. Then I'm going to mark where I want the zipper to end. Then I'm going to join the down parts of the dress. Then I'll pin where the zipper is going to be fixed on the dress. Okay, so let's do that. Let's take to the same machine and join the remaining parts of the skirt of this dress. Okay, Okay, so guys, this is how it came out after joining the down part of the dress. So I went ahead to turn it to the right side like this. Okay, so you can choose to fix the zipper before you fix the straps, or either of them. Okay, so these are the straps. These are the straps for the dress. So unfold like this on the wrong side of fabric. It's about 1.5 inch, 1 and quarter. So I'm going to join this with 1 centimeter like so. Okay, so this is how it came out. I'm going to trim off the self edge and then the excess of the allowance on the strap. Then I turn it to the right side of it. You can choose to join one end of the strap so that you use that to turn in, or if you can still turn it in without joining one end, you do that. Okay, so with the help of a broomstick, I'm going to turn this to the right side of the strap. Okay guys, so this is the strap. This is how it came out. This is the strap. This is how it came out. Okay, so remember we subtracted 3 inches from the off shoulder, so meaning we should have a strap. The strap should be 3 inches long. Okay, so I folded it in like this, and I'm going to measure to make sure it is okay. So as you can see, we have the 3 inches like this. So I just need to make sure the strap is 3 inches long, then pin it down. Now repeat the same process for the other side of the strap as well, like this. Make sure it is 3 inches. Make sure the strap is 3 inches long, and then you go ahead and pin it down on both the front and the back parts of the dress. Okay. Okay, so after this, I'll take the same machine and top stitch all the side of the strap. So it is done. This is it. It is done. The strap has been attached to the dress. Okay, so now you are going to take it to the machine to join the zipper. I'll just place it under it, and then I'm going to join the zipper to the dress. Okay, so I've fixed the straps to the dress. So it's time to attach the flower at the front part of the dress. So you're going to be making the flower. So I have this pattern paper here. I mean this flower, this particular flower. So I'm going to first of all cut the pattern for the blue or the bigger parts of the petals. Okay. All right. So this is the pattern paper that I'm going to be using. So like this. I've folded the pattern paper like this. I'm going to go in 2 inches like this. Then I'll go up 5 inches like this. Then I'm going to curve this. You can use your curve ruler to curve this actually. So like this. Then I'm going to cut out the pattern for the petals. Okay. All right. So this is it. This is for the royal blue color or the bigger parts of the petals. this is how it came out. So using this pattern paper, I'm going to be cutting um the blue part of it. So like this, I have two each of them like this. I have two each with the right side facing each other like so. So that is it for the blue part. I have about five. You can cut six how you want it. Okay, so I trimmed about half inch away from the already made petal pattern, okay, like this, and I'm going to use that to cut the sea blue or the sky blue parts of the like yeah, second part of the petals. This, then I'm going to trim another um half away from it to get the smaller parts of the petals. Okay, so I'll take it to the same machine and then join around it with 1 centimeter. As you can see, I've already done that. So I'm going to just be notching around it. I'm going to be notching all of the petals as you can see me doing. Then I'm going to turn it to the right side of it like this. I'm going to turn all of them to the right side. Okay. Okay, so after turning all of them to the right side of it, um, I didn't flat iron it. I just threaded my needle like this. Make sure the thread is long enough. Okay, so I'm going to be um making long stitching with the needle as you can see me doing like this. After this, I'm going to pick another of the blue petal. Okay, make sure you knot the end of the thread. Okay, so I'm going to redo it again. So I'm going to be passing my needle through it like, I'm sorry, the camera couldn't capture it well. Okay. So just be stitching, loose stitch, give it a big gap as you can see me doing like this. Okay. Make sure the gap is big. So gather all the blue petals like this. Be careful while doing it because the crepe is somehow thick, so it's kinda hard when you are pushing the needle through it. So be careful you don't hurt your fingers. All right. So exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so this is it. After passing through all the blue petals, push out your thread to squeeze it like this. Then pass your needle through the other end or the first petal like this to secure it. Okay. Then I'm going to secure it by passing my thread around the needle for about 3 times. Then I push out the thread to secure it on it. Okay. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just please carefully watch what I'm doing. You understand me better. Okay. All right. Okay. So the blue petals are done. So I'm going to repeat the process that I did for the blue petal for the um, sky blue color as well, or the smaller part of the petals. So after picking and passing my needle loose threading through the first one, I'll pick the another one and continue with the process. So guys, kindly subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel. Please like this video if you enjoy watching this tutorial. Alright. Okay. So this is it. I think the sea blue color is also done. So I push out the thread, and then just as I did for the sea blue, I pass my needle through the first petal that we picked to secure it on it. I pass my needle through it and then wrap the thread around it about 3 times and pull it out to secure it. Alright. So I'm pushing my thread back like this to start a new pattern. Okay. So I'll start by picking the very small part of it, as you can see me doing. I'm going to pick each of them and then repeat the same process by just passing my needle through the very end of the petal with loose threading. Okay. Okay, so just go ahead and push out your thread and then secure it to the very first petal that you picked. Okay, to create your flower. Okay, secure it on it like so. The very first petal you picked, and then okay, make it more secured by passing your needle through some of the down parts of the petals to make it more secured. Okay. Okay, so this is it for the petal. So I'm going to get the inner part of it. So I already have a strap like this, which is of about 1.5 inch. Then I join the end, one of the ends like so. Then I'm going to turn it to the right side. Now the length is about 11 inches. Okay, so I'm going to turn it to the right side of the strap. We've already made a strap, so I don't think this should be difficult. Okay, just that the first one we didn't close one end of it. All right, so this is it. Now I'm going to turn the other side in like this, about half in like this. Then I'm going to top stitch it. I'm going to top stitch it like so. Take your sewing machine to top stitch it. So that is done. Now I'm going to be wrapping it like this, wrapping it around itself, as you can see me doing like this. Going to be wrapping it around itself like this. Okay, then I'm going to use the needle and thread to secure it like this. I'm going to use a needle and thread to secure it, as you can see me doing. This becomes thick and difficult to pierce through, so just be patient with it and then thread it down to secure it. All right. Okay, so that is it. Now you're going to pass your needle through it like this down to join it to the other side of the petal. Okay, if you don't understand my explanation, kindly watch what I'm doing carefully and be able to understand. All right. Okay, so when you're sure that it is enough, just pass your needle around the just pass your thread around the needle about 3 times to make it more secure, like I'm doing like this. Pass your needle through the petal or the middle part of it, then secure it, then you cut off your thread. So I'm going to thread the needle again to be able to tack it to the dress itself. Okay. Alright guys, so I have the dress under the flower like this, so I'm going to be tacking it to the dress. Okay, I'm going to be tacking the flower to the dress. All right, so I have my needle already threaded with a knot at the end. Then I'm going to pass through the flower like this to tack it to the dress. Okay, so let's do that. So just be randomly passing your the needle through the petals or the flower, and then you join it to the dress to tack it. Okay. So just watch what I'm doing. After passing through the flower, then you pass your needle through the dress to tack and secure it to the dress. So you're doing this around the flower, okay, to make it glued or tacked to the dress. So guys, after tacking, trim off your excess thread and then voila, we are done. Okay, so this is how the dress turned out. Just give it a nice press to make it more cleaner and you are good to go. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more tutorials. Subscribe, like, share, and please leave a comment if you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Keep being amazed wherever you are. Bye.